Yes. Welcome to Uncharted Territory, guys. Welcome to Uncharted Territory, guys. Guys, what up, man? We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it, guys. What's my name? What's my name? That's telling you what's my name. That's all you need to know. So if you're worried about this or that and everything, what's my name? Just say that's my name. All you need to do, just say my name. All you need to do is just say my name, man. But we can get through this, guys. We can get through this. I told you, guys. So right now, I just need to rest, but I'm already now working on a huge batch of quality content for you guys, man. To make sure that you guys can ride through. So I mean, let's say this is going to be a tough few months because we don't know how long this is going to be. But the coronavirus, man. I mean, wow, like this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, is the football season over? Because I think the Euros is like the Euros. I think is done. I think the Euros is a done deal because I feel what will have to happen are these games will get moved to the summer. So I think that these games will get moved to the summer. What was it? I'd given on Tottenham. It's true. I know it's true. It is true. But they are all football fans. Look, I was already getting prepared for Chelsea to get touched by Munich. I was already getting prepared for that. But you know, it's football. It's for football, and to take this away from us is messed up. Because my main thing about this is that what if they make this season null and void? Do you know how sick that would be? So Liverpool were 2 wins away. They were 2 wins away from winning the Premier League. And imagine if this came and they just made this whole thing null and void. See, that's when you say, okay, you know what? You have to believe in causes. You have to believe that causes are real, man. So yeah, no. I mean, it's like because I was so prepared for the Euros because like you had the Champions League, where I've seen what have happened, the whole hype of Atletico beating Liverpool, so we'd have a new winner as well. And then after that, you go for the Euros. But look, man, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it bloody is, man. Where is the wait? Why do I have to build a wing for Liverpool? Look, they lost fair and square to Atletico. I don't think they deserve a wing. It's not like if they didn't exactly break it. You know, they didn't exactly bottle it or break it. They just lost, and they just lost to the better team. So it's not really that. It's only that's worth a thing, man. Oh, bro. So basically, yeah, I went because I was looking at trends on Twitter. And then there was a thing called flash mobs. I say, what the hell is flash mob and everything? So I clicked on it and said, okay, flash mob in Italy. So what they're doing in Italy right now, because they're all on lockdown, all the Italians are basically they're basically on the balcony and like saying na 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 na. So basically, they're basically like singing on the balcony. Guys are singing on the streets. And when I just look at that, I'm like, guys, we are in the twilight zone. We are in the freaking twilight zone, you know, where you have places where streets are empty. But see, now this is the crazy thing now. Look at what China did. Remember when these things was intensifying in China? Remember it was in Wuhan. And then you saw what Beijing looked like, where Beijing was completely empty. No shopping malls. Because you know what? Complete and utter shutdown. Complete and utter shutdown of everything. And look at how long. Look, England are still saying, "Oh no, we're now we're in the delay." Say England, stop trying to be all this posh English, man. Like, oh, you don't continue to delay. No. Look at what the guys on the epicenter did. They say no, shutdown of everything, where all the streets are like a ghost town. Because you have to just start there, then you roll through, you know, then you roll through, man. But yeah, no, hopefully your folks should be safe, man. Because look, I think the fact that they have now gone to this extreme they're in a good place now. Because that's always a good place to start. That is always a good place to start. Is that just complete. I mean, that's what, guys. It's so wild. It is so wild what has happened. I mean, guys, think about this for a moment. Like I told you, I don't know how many people. I was in Sainsbury's. I went to Sainsbury's, and do you know that there's almost an entire shelf that is completely emptied off of toilet paper and toilet roll, completely emptied, because guys, basically, there are no baked beans, no toilet roll. Tried to order some stuff from Prime. Now they say sorry, we have delivery windows available. I'm like, what? Like, because I think people, again, I don't read newspapers. I just go online and I do my own research. But when you look at newspapers, everyone is saying like, oh my gosh, the end is near. Like, states of emergency could be happening soon. So guys are obviously panicking and they're going through. Oprah say, that's why pasta. That is the key thing, bro. I need to get my pasta, because the key thing is, if it's a lockdown, the key things you need are baked beans, pasta, then you can ride. Then you can write. The key things you need are baked beans and pasta. Baked beans and pasta, and you're good. Baked beans and pasta, and you're good, man. That's the key thing. Anything beyond it, then it gets a bit tricky. It gets a bit tricky, man. It gets a bit tricky. But it's. I mean, it's wild. I mean, we could be in a situation right now where there could be food shortages happening. And it could be a situation right now where like guys are literally, as I say, like rationing food. So basically, it's like end of days. It could be end of days. Yo, what up, baby? What up? Yeah, man. So look, yes, black people can get this flipping bro. It's not called Corona. The new name is Brick-Rona. So yes, black people can get Brick-Rona, man. Black people can get Brick-Rona. So, why? What's happening in Canada? Yeah, I heard like Trudeau, his wife has it. Apparently, that's what I heard. That his wife has the virus. And also, guys, did you see Trump's address? So Trump said that I don't take any responsibility whatsoever. And you're the president, and this guy was shaking people's hands fully. And it took one of the other guys to be like, because Trump went to shake this dude's hand, and the dude were like, bro, we're supposed to do the whole elbow thing. Look, man, Trump is wild, man. Trump is wild. Super chats here from Josh Berman. So, Josh Berman, thank you for the super chat, dear sire. He says, BRICS in America are worried about the medicine drugs because we get them from China, and it's shutting it down. Oh, wow. So, okay. So wait, so Trump is shutting down. Oh, sorry, because Trump is doing a full-on travel ban, isn't he? He's doing a travel ban from China. And the medicine that people get are from China. Trump said no, that we are not gonna Trump might be a class B brick. He might actually be a class B brick, borderline class A. So you're gonna ban all travel to Europe apart from the UK. You realize that the UK have had more deaths than a lot of European countries. You know, the UK have had more cases than a lot of European countries. I know that the UK have not actually done extensive testing. So there might actually be more positive cases and more deaths than we already know. So why would you not ban the thing to the UK? Or do you have specific business interests as to why you don't want to have it to go through? See, this is a conspiracy theory. Like, I was speaking to my friend about it, and he said, and it's conspiracy theory that this was done by the government for population control, and I'm like, I mean, that's extreme. That's extreme, and another dude of mine said that this could be man-made. So biological weapon, it went wrong. Someone got affected by it, and then boom, they had it. Because look, the nature of life is that it's hard to originate from somewhere. It's hard to. Like, that's not how the world works or anything. Where like, oh, it just happened and it just came out of nowhere. No. It's hard to come from somewhere. That's the thing. It's hard to come from somewhere. So there had to be a place or somewhere that this thing came from, man. Um, so and that basically that is just one of those things of like, will we ever find out? Will we ever find out what causes that? Was it the bats? Was it a particular creature or something? But then you say again, like, where did AIDS come from? Where did that come from? Like, where did all of these general diseases come from? We have no idea, man. Because do we know that it's the bats? Yo, look, man, Igalo, man. See, that's why I said this coronavirus is very sick. So you have your boy Igalo doing his thing. Chelsea were about to get inspired by Atletico to do a dramatic turnaround against Bayern Munich. Things were about to heat up, and then this happens. That's messed up. That's really messed up. But I think the people right now that must be really like feeling like hell are Liverpool fans. Because Liverpool fans are like, oh my God, we were 2 wins away. 2 wins away. Two flipping. Because do you know how bad this is? Like, how quickly things have changed in a few weeks. A few weeks ago, Liverpool were in all 3 competitions. They were also unbeaten as well. Could have gotten invincible. They lost to Watford, lost the invincibility, lost to Chelsea, got out of the FA Cup, lost to Atletico, got out of the Champions League, and they said, okay, at least you have the Premier League. Bruno said, nah, boom, we're going to stop that. That is what you call filthy, stinking bad luck. Filthy, absolutely stinking bad luck, man. The cure to AIDS is in Area 51. I mean, look, I would really like to believe in aliens. For me, I'm one of those guys that say that if aliens don't exist, I'll be pissed. If aliens don't exist, I'll be pissed. What terrifies me? You know what really terrifies me? Imagine if we are the only living creatures in this universe. Imagine if we're the only sentient beings, like all of us out here in this, like the creatures, like what's it called, like the ants, bats, rats, pigeons, birds. We are the only kind of sentient creatures that exist in the universe. That's wild. Because what if you go through to the whole universe and everything, there's no other life? I find it impossible based on how vast the universe is. But what if, like, that's it? Like, there are no other life forms out there. Super chat here from my boy Joshua Byrne, man. What up, baby? Says BRICS in America still arguing about giving people sick pay to leave. Like, I hate the country sometimes. You see, Josh, I believe that this is a teachable moment. Like, this has shown that Boris Johnson's leadership may be questionable, very questionable indeed, because how the UK are because the UK are gambling, because they know that shutting down things would cause economic fuckery. They are gambling and saying, you know what, we're not going to do a full shutdown. Let's just keep risking this whole thing and hope and pray that it doesn't get too bad. And I've even heard this whole thing about, they said, like, head immunization, like, what's it called? Oh, head immunization, where they just allow everyone just to get the whole thing, and then by that, people will become immune to it if you just give it to everyone at the same time. And people are like, bro, that's wild, bro. That's wild. But yeah, it's yeah, because basically, no, again, same thing with Trump. This is going to show that, okay, America, this great country, how do you deal with this? We all know that, okay, things can be always when you're in a war and ever the military equipment, but now this is a crazy event that's come out of nowhere. Because I can tell you this right now. You can say whatever you want about Obama and everything. Obama would have been on front street about this quick. He would have been like, all right, boom. Because again, look at what Obama did when there was the market crash. So Obama would have been like, all right, boom. What do we need to do? What's a systematic way of just ensuring that we do this? Trump is from the road. Trump is a roadman. Okay, Trump is a flipping roadman, bro. So, Let's see what these guys are saying, man. Look, but Colchoneros, man, I owe you an apology, bro. I owe an apology. Ah, so because HH, only Atletico could defend the virus. True. No, look, Colchoneros, man, I owe you an apology, man. So wait, how did he actually celebrate, bro? How did he celebrate? I mean, you must have been hyped. And again, look, feel for people like a Colchoneros. How excited could Atletico fans be like, oh my gosh, we knocked out the defending champions. We now find ourselves in the quarterfinals. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this could be a year. And only for this to happen. And also a PSG as well. Neymar. I mean, this is so effed up, man. It's so effed up. And obviously, you guys obviously heard about that moron, Rudy Gobert, the NBA player, who like he was mocking the whole thing and he was rubbing his hands on the microphone on the table and everything because he was mocking the whole disease thing, and then he ends up getting it. You know, I mean, that's just completely stupid, man. All right, this dude here. I tell you about this dude called Klaus Varossi. I want you guys to talk about this guy, Klaus Varossi. This dude is obsessed with me. He follows me on Twitter and he follows me here. And all this dude posts are anti-black stuff, anti-African stuff, and he's convinced that I'm racist against the white people. So people, please try and convince this guy that I'm a fair dude, and just please try and ask this dude that, why are you so obsessed with HH? And why are you so obsessed with insulting Nigeria, insulting Africa, insulting Africans, and it's and just all those, like it's wild. I said it's wild, man. Oh no, God, don't ban him. See, mommy, I don't want to roll like that, man. No. Let's have a discussion. See, I only ban people who, okay, you're being purposefully disruptive. If you've been purposefully disrupted, then that's where I ban him. But apart from that, no, I don't. So, guys, I think as I said on my video that I put out, man, my other channel, Half Home Sorts, I'm going to be revving things up. I'm going to be revving things up on my other channel and be putting a lot more content there because I'm actually working on the Half Hope Sorts website. There's a Half Hope Sorts website that will house, music, rap, anime, movies, comic book stuff, and all that good stuff there. So that'll be happening soon, man. Yeah. So I want to be ramping up the content there, and so because now there's no football. Like my Saturdays, my Sundays, my Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I think I'm just going to do like an anime. It's going to do. Oh my gosh, I'm going to binge Narcos Mexico. I'm going to binge flipping. What's the name of that anime? I'm going to binge Narcos Mexico. I'm going to binge flipping Demon Slayer. Binge all that stuff, baby. I'm going to binge it all. This is an interesting one. What's made you stop acting? I grew frustrated with the stuff that was being made because I did a lot of students' films, and they just didn't turn out great, And I think, and then I ended up having to basically write and direct my own films and stuff. And I just realized it was a lot of hard work. And I just said to myself, like, you know what? I'm not really enjoying this as much as acting. I can act. I've always acted ever since I was young. I was in plays and stuff, and I've been doing films with my friends for ages. I just never. It's like it just became too frustrating because I was like, the stuff I was doing just it didn't yield the kind of results that I wanted, and I was working with a few bricks. I was working with a few bricks, and it really pulled through. So, guys, in your area, what is it like though? What is the situation like in the countries that you're in? Are guys running out of toilet roll and pasta? Are people sort of panic buying? What are your presidents or your leaders doing? What is your area doing? What are things like? I mean, at the moment, apart from guys buying out all the pasta and the toilet roll, things seem sort of a bit, on the okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, look, man. I mean, yeah. I said, well, in that's the spirit. Do more. I'm going, like, what's it called? The guy I do acting with. The guy I do films for, he's a director. He's actually Turkish. Erhan is from your boy. He's actually he's a Turkish dude, and he does director, and we pretty much collaborate, man. Yeah, it's called Mr. Vedat Engidzoy. And yeah, it's just how, we have a few back and forth and a few disagreements, creative disagreements, but we're just hoping to try and work on something. We want to try and hopefully work on something. That's what we're trying to make some time. But because I think I decided that I couldn't do acting full time because I'll grow too frustrated. And when I went to acting school, I hated the people. I think I couldn't get along well with other actors because it's just very pretentious and just very annoying. I'm like, nah, man. And also, like, I don't do Shakespeare. Like, for me, I think Shakespeare is overrated, man. Like, how good was Shakespeare really? Dude is overrated, man. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying, man. Why are people buying all the toilet rolls? Well, because if you're in a lockdown, what you need essentials, and you don't want to say it's a situation where you're in the third week of lockdown and you can't wipe your ass. So one of the main things that people buy, because we have to take a shit and we have to take a piss almost every other day, you have to have toilet roll. So I think toilet roll is the thing that people are, and basically the main things that will be out of stock as people anticipate a lockdown are toilet rolls, baked beans, basically tinned foods and toilet rolls. Those are the main things, because the things about it, tinned foods can last for months. So if we're in lockdown for months, you want tinned foods. But my thing about it is that if all these foods are all out of stock, nobody can get tinned foods, and we're in a lockdown, then what? But my thing though is that, trust, we live in the land of the internet, and I'm sure there's a thing called airdrop. Are you saying that you can't do an airdrop so we can't still order stuff and then all you do is just do like an airdrop? Or what you can do is delivery people wear like this protective gear, drop the stuff outside the flipping door, and we're good. Drop the stuff outside the flipping door, and we're good, man. So, because yeah, like, I mean, not everybody will get a chance to get all the amenities if it's all sold out. So if your country leader says, okay, tomorrow, lockdown for 3 weeks. That's what happened in Italy. In Italy, your boy just said, like, as a lockdown, we're in. So for those guys in Italy who maybe didn't stock up, what the hell do they do? What the hell do they do? Look, it's wild, man. Guys, we are living in freaking uncharted territory, bro. It's crazy. From Pasha, man, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Pasha. Russia will defeat the virus. Will freeze the virus to death. Just wait for winter. And HH, what tier is Simeone now? But what I've heard, though, Pasha, is, thank you very much for your super chats, is apparently the virus doesn't like heat. So that's what I hear. I hear that the hotter it is, the easier it is to kill the cells of the virus. So again, that's just what I've heard. But look, man, I told you, I don't know this. I think I've been friends or friendly with almost every single Russian in almost every single school that I've been in, and Russians are very, very, they're very, very interesting people. They're very, very. I remember this one dude called Denis Dedorenkov. Dude was crazy, and so and the only words I know in Russian are da, which is yes, ned, which is no, and kozyul, which I think is like goat or something. I think that's like a swear word. Kozyul. Simeone, giving Tietsu. Maybe actually no, maybe Opotetsu. Probably give him Opotetsu. Why not? Probably give the dude Opotetsu. And Klopp, actually, I think it's a bit hard to demote Klopp, man. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So basically, they're saying that the safest place to be now is Africa. And maybe even South Asia, but Africa. I do know what is this. Do you know how hilarious that is? Remember the whole thing of like, if you're black, you know what? If you're black and you're overseas and you meet some kind of racist dude and they say, man, go back to Africa, go back to Africa. Now, Africa are saying that, no, Africa are now considering of closing their borders to Europeans. So they're saying, you know what, we will not allow travel for any people from Europe to come through. Now, that is the power of irony, man. You know, that's the power of irony, man. Yeah, no. Russian women are tier one, man. Russian women are flipping tier one, man. Russian women are flipping tier one. See, I know, yeah. This is what people are saying. Best way to stop it is to catch it and get immunity. That's what guys are trying to say. But do you want to risk it? Do you want to risk it? Because people are saying that, oh no, just catch it, get immunity, and then you'll be fine. You know, and I think that's what people are just assuming that. And I think that's why Boris Johnson said that, you know what, some guys are just going to die from this whole thing. You know, so he's just saying, you know what, if older people get it, it is what it is. They'll just have to die from it. But if younger people get it, you'll just get immunity. So he's just allowing it to run its course, which is wild. Because every other country, I think they were like, we're just going to do our best to try and control this, you know. And that's why you saw Italy take a different task. Because I think in Italy, I believe Italy culturally have much more respect for their elders than I think in England. For me, I think that's being real. You know, I know in Nigeria we respect our elders, but I just think in Italy, who have the world's oldest population, I think they really have a strong reverence for older people. That's why for them, they're like, no, man, we ain't just going to screw over older people. We're actually going to try and help them. But I was hearing a story. My mom sent me this kind of clip that they're saying that because they're so overwhelmed in Italy, they're like saying that, you know what, we just have to just allow people to die. You know, they're saying that if you're 69 and over, I'm not sure whether we can help you because the hospitals are overflowing. I think specifically in Lombardy, the hospitals are overflowing. It's a wild ass situation, guys. Flipping wild ass, bro. The flipping wild ass situation, man. I think I need new glasses, man. Yeah, no, but yeah, but I think that is just weird. I mean, like, I don't get that from what Boris is saying. Like, is he literally saying, you know what, f the old people? Because surely you're like, let's ensure that the old people don't get it. And the best way of ensuring that the old people don't get it is doing a complete and total shutdown. Test as many people as possible, keep people in isolation, and just try to control this thing and try to restrict gatherings. You know, like almost every other country have made the decision to restrict gatherings and everything, but in England, it's like, wait a minute. So are you actually saying screw the old people? Like, I mean, so what? You don't want to save them? You're just like, so, oh, whatever. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah, what's it called? This is the hope for Italy and another people is that China and South Korea are actually seeing improvements. So much so that Chinese medical professionals have actually flown into Rome to help them tackle this. You know, because they've been able to deal. That's why. So, like, I know, like, there's like a lot of idiots will start being racist to Chinese people and be like, "Oh my gosh, China to blame. China's such a bad place and everything." And let's just be clear here: the people who you should be pissed off with are those morons, those bastards in Wuhan who try to suppress the whistleblowers. The people who you should be proud of are the whistleblowers who managed to get the word that, bro, something is effed up here. But the flipping Wuhan governments were trying to suppress those flipping dudes. So those are guys. And China have been able to manage this, and now they're now giving their So look, how amazing is that? They're saying, you know what, we're going to go into the heartland of Italy and we're going to try and help you people. As I said, it's like this is such a teachable moment. You really learn a lot about people and leadership in moments like this. Which people are going to work by themselves as an individuals or work together. And this is an amazing thing. I don't know who said this to me. Maybe it was Dan or something. An amazing saying, which I don't think applies to me, but I just think it's an amazing saying. You go faster by yourself, you go further together. I hate working with people. Personally, for me, like I'm a lone soldier, and I prefer just to work by myself mainly. But I do respect that. I do respect that. Respect that whole notion of like, if you work together as a group, you can go further. You can go further. So I respect that. Just that, I'm like, do I have to? But yeah, it's wild, man. And I need to get some pasta for sure. Um, Martial law, man. H, I think we are only at the beginning from the end. Whoa, Wesley. I mean, that's Wesley. That's a slightly morbid. But see, my thing is that look, I think that it is worrisome how England are tackling this. That's what I believe. I think when you look at what Italy have done, I think they're on the right path because again, you have to just look at the countries that have had it worse, especially the epicenter, like South Korea. At one point, South Korea had the highest numbers outside of China, but they went with a serious systematic thing of trying to break this thing down. Look at what has happened. So if you had a brain, you would say, let's look at what South Korea and China have done. And I think the thing about England is this: like England have some very sensible people, but some very arrogant people. And I think England's greatest strength is their is how sensible they are. Their greatest weakness is how arrogant they are. And I think in England's arrogance, I don't think they'd actually want to seek help from like China or anyone else because they say, oh no, look, we're England, British Empire, we know what we're doing. I'm like, no, go ask like Italy. No, we're not so proud to ask for help. Like, no, bro, China, please come help us. Let's see how you can tackle this and everything. So, it's see, a clever man doesn't ask for help because he believes that he can do everything. A wise man always asks for help because a wise man knows that there are people who can help him. So don't be clever, be wise. Don't be clever, be wise. Yeah. Do you really think Trump is going to ask for help from China? Because do you know how demean that'll be for Trump if he say, you know what? I'm this superb, beautiful, amazing things in America, man. We can do it here. It's all good. It's all good, America. Like, do you imagine Trump saying that? You've preached so much about America first, America being the best country in the world. You actually had to seek help from a country you've been insulting, China. So that and so Trump will never actually seek help from China. Guys, Trump probably has this thing. Like because remember, Trump was in he was in close proximity with one of the Brazil officials who actually had it. So for all you know, this dude has it. And this guy's going around shaking people's hands and people guys say, wait, bro, have you been tested? And it's like, oh no, like yeah, I'll get tested afterwards, man. I'm like, bruh. Yeah, he doesn't want to be tested. It's like, I think Trump knows that if he gets tested and people find out that he actually does have it, and that has to be in self isolation, guys. Because do you know how crazy that would be if Trump really does have it, and he'd been going around shaking people's hands, doing all the other things with the people? That would just be madness, man. That would be madness. Um, yeah, bro, no football, man. That's it, man. No, he's refusing because it would be the biggest embarrassment if, after everything is done and said, he actually ended up having it, and receiving it, man. Um, that's the thing, man. Yeah, what I say is just wild, man. So everything that is happening is so freaking wild. It's so freaking wild, bro. Um, Luxembourg. Actually, why is Luxembourg so cool? People say about Luxembourg. What is so cool about Luxembourg, bro? Um, so say, oh, actually, shouldn't Liverpool be awarded the league? Now that's see, that is the situation that we're in now. So let's just say, for instance, this doesn't get better. Hopefully, touch wood, it gets better. But let's just say, I always say worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, this doesn't get better. It's hard to contain. There are a lot more deaths and a lot more cases. Do you make the season non and void? Do you just postpone it? Because for me, they can't award it to Liverpool because people will still say that, nah, you have to get it done. Because even if, like, look, of course they would have win two games, but City's arguments will always say no, because you never know what happened. What if they just lost all their games? I'm not saying, and this is a what if, you never know. So I think what is most likely going to happen, they're just going to postpone it. This is what I believe will happen. I believe that going to have to take a few months. The Euros will be cancelled. The Champions League will be cancelled, and all the league games will be moved over to May and June. So the league games will be played in May and June. They're not going to come back in April, and the Euros is going to be moved to next year. And I just think that the Champions League is just going to be scrapped for this year. I mean, maybe they can squeeze it in. Maybe they can squeeze the Champions League. Actually, you know what? I think what they'll do is maybe push the Champions League to June, because they can play the Champions League coincidentally with the league. Because again, look, it's just, you use your own stadiums. But though the big thing is that I think for that to happen, the Euros has to move. So I think they're going to postpone the Euros for next year. So what happens to the transfer window? Yeah, man. I mean, well, if the matches are played in June, I think that, because remember, the transfer window is July 1st. Transfer window opens July 1st. And I believe that for a March now, oh damn, yeah, they're like, what they'll have to do is, I think you may have a situation where teams now play like every like 3 days or something. So basically you'll just have a massive, almost like the December fixture schedule. You'll just have guys just shoving in games like that. So yeah. Um, from Pasha, what is your all-time break Ultimate football team? I thought actually, all time, yeah, because I know I released my break team of the year. I mean, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some time. Well, I know who my striker will be. I know who my striker, and I know who. Yeah, I know there is only one striker, and I know who that striker will be. Yeah, I love to think about that. I love to think about that. Yeah. Look, we all know who it is, man. All right, but look, guys, let me grab a drink. Let me grab myself some Ribena. I'll be back. Get some Ribena, bro. Ribena, stay healthy. Oh, ooh, that is sweet. Sweet as chocolate, bro. That's what you guys say. Okay. Um. So, from just thank you very much for super chat, Mr. Josh Burney says Trump a couple of weeks ago. Coronavirus. Coronavirus is not a threat. It's a hoax made by the Democrats to make me look bad. Now, oh, yeah, I think this could spell the end of Trump, man. I think his handling of this could spell the end of Trump. I think because that would just see somebody should have helped advise him to use this and think that, oh my gosh, this is a hoax. Guys, guys, right to get me. My name's Trump. I like bad move, real bad move, man. No, but it's true. Like, so you went from like, oh, it's a hoax, guys are against me, Trump, Trump first, to like, yeah, national emergency. And I said that, okay, this is a national emergency. Two very big words. The guy is weird. Like, he's really. I know you've got a big ego, but you're weird. You're flipping weird, man. From Harry Trimmer, Harry Trimmer, what up, baby? Come on, HH. Let's have a real discussion about the dot. No. How about that? How about that? How about I won't have a real discussion about that flipping loser? It's not gonna happen. It ain't happening. No way, no how, no way, no how, man. I think there was this like Liverpool fan, like older lady, who said that, wait, what's the force? All I care about is football and everything. And they say, this virus is particularly potent for people who are older. And for her, she doesn't care. Liverpool fans would rather risk death if it means they can see their team lift the title at Anfield. Trust me, Liverpool fans are like, no. We need to see this at Anfield. Because trust me, I see that's why I say like there is no way that they can cancel the Premier League, because if they cancel the Premier League, you're gonna have a civil war. You will. You'll have a civil war, 100%. Because those castles are wild, man. Those castles are flipping wild, bro. Hudson Odoi says that he's improving. So they say Hudson Odoi and Arteta they're improving. But I think that's the thing. I think that I think these guys in England are going to be like, let's just let everyone get this shit. Let everyone get the whole thing, be immune, and we'll ride through it. So I think that is England's plan. Their plan is, okay, if you get it and you die, unlucky. If you get it and you live, you're immune. So Harry, I am not having a discussion about that, dude. So please don't. Like, don't take me down that very, very, very dark road. No, I try and keep things PC, man. I'm trying to keep things PC. I remember, I think when I was back when I was young, because obviously, like, I'm like 12 now. I actually said to myself that I wouldn't swear. I just say to myself, no, 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 I don't believe in swearing. No, no, I don't believe in swearing. I'm like, wow. Um, Thoughts on Robinho? Ooh, Robinho was a extremely naturally talented player that allowed off-field distractions to get in the way of his career. And Robinho is a teachable moment because in Robinho, it shows to you that natural talent doesn't mean that you'll have a fruitful career. I keep saying this. Quaresma is more naturally talented than Cristiano. Cristiano just worked harder and put in the work. And I don't think Quaresma had the right kind of proper character and didn't really put in the same kind of work that Cristiano did. And it shows that you can have all the talent in the world. If you don't put in the work, it doesn't mean anything. So for Robinho, this guy, what he could do is the right foot and his left foot, his dribbling, and just how he was able to flow, just like fluid and water with the ball. It was amazing. But it's like football is a lot more difficult than that, you know? You have to work hard at your craft. You have to work hard at your crafts, man. And if you don't, man, boom. Mr. Nippon, man, what up, baby? Why do you think Kaka is overrated? You see, now when you say overrated, you have to because also, by the way, guys, and I think because this was happening, I am going to start working on like player focus videos where I look at like I don't know, Baggio is next. I realize I'm going to do Baggio. I'm going to look at different videos and just comments through like a video we do, and I'll be doing Baggio. I will be doing Baggio, so chill, relax. Because people have said that because I know I'm going to do Baggio, I'm going to do Okocha, Ronaldinho, all the stars. Do the video and do a run. So let me understand this. When you say overrated, that doesn't mean the player is bad. See, I feel Cristiano is overrated. That doesn't mean he's crap. I feel that Griezmann is overrated. Doesn't mean he's crap. I feel that Coutinho is overrated. I don't think he's crap. So overrated just means that they're not as good as people say they are. Doesn't mean that they're crap. Kaka is an extremely good player. But if you're now saying that he's one of the best players of his generation, that you should put him in the same breath as Ronaldinho and so forth, then you're smoking crack. And for me, Kaka greatly benefited from a great team, great manager, and playing with one of the best strikers of his generation, Shevchenko, who I need to put in a football battle very soon, because Shevchenko was money. Hey, Shevchenko was cash flipping money. Okay, Shevchenko was flipping was a flipping demon. So, and my thing about this is that I always say that Kaka, you had 2 World Cups where you could have really shone. Kaka has never really shone at a single World Cup. 06, 2010, and in 2010, that team was built around you. That team was built specifically for you. It was you in behind Fabiano, Luis Fabiano, a very good striker. Dunga literally built the team for you, but Snyder and Robin said, "What's up?" to you, that World Cup. So for me, yeah, I just think that he isn't as great as people think, but he's amazing. I mean, he's amazing, but he isn't a legend. See, for me, I would rank him as a great. Abu Kaka is a great, not a legend. You see, the legends are guys like a Rivaldo, a Ronaldinho, a Lam, a Desai. These are legends. I'll put him in as a great. Harry Truman again says, thank you for the super chats, Mr. Harry Truman. Is Zlatan top 10 strikers of all time? Yes, he is. Top 10? Yes. Top 5? He's not better than Ronaldo. He's not better than Batistuta. He's not better than Weah. I wouldn't put him better than Gerd Muller. He's not better than Drogba. He's not better than Etso. He's not better than Etso. I don't think he's better than Van Basten. Okay, so guys, I'm giving you names here. Because for me, like the elite strikers, who he's not even sniffing. He's not sniffing Weah. He's not sniffing. He's not sniffing Batistuta. He's not sniffing Ronaldo. He's not sniffing. So those three guys are not. He's not sniffing Weah, Batistuta, Ronaldo. Because those guys were strikers, but not because those guys were about when you score, not how many you score, but when you score. Guys, Batistuta was when I think striker, a guy who just strike the ball. But Batistuta was a literal. He was an animal. Batistuta was a beast. he was literally a. Whenever you people say, "Oh, this guy's a beast," Batistuta was a beast. Batistuta. I'm gonna do that. Also, guys, I've got my book here. This is the book that I write all of my videos in. I write all my videos and all the things that I have to do because I have to. I'm gonna go in, man. I'm gonna go in with content. I am doing a Batistuta vid. I'm doing Batistuta could be through 2 yards away. Tap in. Batistuta will be 2 yards away from goal. This guy would smack the ball into the top corner and almost rip open the leather of the ball. Batistuta was insane. Batistuta was insane. Absolutely flipping and utterly insane. Don't mess with that dude, bro. Don't mess with that boy about this dude, man. What else do you guys say, man? You see, I wasn't around for Puskas, so I can only go via guys that I saw. And you see, I don't class Henry as a striker. I class Henry as a great player. He was an all-round player. See, for me, like almost as if you're playing Football Manager, Henry would be like a complete forward. He wouldn't be a striker or a finisher. He'd be a complete forward. And I think a complete forward is different from a striker. So, okay, let's have a conversation here. Is Drogba really better than is Ibrahimovic really better than Drogba? Now, on one hand, if we now go for stats, just for stats, Ibrahimovic definitely scored more goals. True. And won a lot more trophies. But who did he play for? Drogba really only played for one team. He only had his allegiance to one team. Yeah, Ibrahimovic was great. He went at AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, PSG, Barcelona. These are big time teams. Okay, who have more heritage and more clout and more pull than Chelsea have. If you're in a final, which striker do you want? Guys, this like there's only one answer for this. So this isn't even a question. There's only one answer for this. If you're in a final, which striker do you believe will come through? Which striker do you believe will be money? So it's like, come on, guys. Ibrahimovic, yeah, like the thing about Ibrahimovic is he has scored probably some of the best goals that I've ever seen a striker score. Like, if you look at his goal repertoire, it's insane. If you look at his goal repertoire, it's insane. Bro, you're on crack. You would take Ibrahimovic in a final over Drogba. If you say that you're a complete moron. I'm sorry. You're a complete and utter moron. Because how many do you know how many game winners Drogba got? Forget about the Champions League one. He consistently got game winners in finals, in big games. He is Mr. Clutch. Like, Drogba is the most clutch striker of all time. I think if you to check the statistics, I think Drogba probably has more game winners than any other dude. So, super chats here from my main man here, Mr. Josh Burnman. Thank you for the super chats, Mr. Joshua Treeburn. Why is Pele rated so highly? I don't understand. I didn't listen to see him play, so I wouldn't know. Josh, this question relates to a series that I'm going to be doing very soon. And this series is called How Good is dot 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 really? You know? And in fairness, this series is going to be how good was Ronaldo? How good was Pele really? How good was R9 really? How good was Maradona really? Okay. How good was Zidane really? So this is where, like, you know what? Let's just try and have an honest conversation as to, do these players really deserve the kind of praise that they get? And let's just look at some of the flaws to their game. You know, um, thing about Pele is this: I didn't watch him play, so but based off what I've seen, in my view, I still say the greatest player of all time is Maradona. When I think of, if it's to choose the greatest footballer of all time, I say it's Maradona. Because I think Maradona encapsulated everything about football, because Maradona had the ability and he had the passion and the character. And I think the passion is a key part of the game. Um, but my thing about this is this: is that even if we view Pele and we look at the highlights and it's like, okay, it's black and white, look how slow the defenders are, you have to put your mind back at that time. And when you put your mind back at that time, you have to realize that Pele was doing things that nobody had ever seen before. Because you have to say to yourselves that, why is that whenever you speak to people, I say like over 60, over 65, they say, oh, best player I've ever seen is Pele, without a doubt. Because for those guys at that time, he was doing things that they'd never seen before. Nobody had ever seen anybody do a feint like that, do a dribble like that, wait for the ball to come down and then do a volley. Nobody had ever, I think he was the first guy to do it, like an overhead kick. So for us looking at it, we're like, wait, why are the defenders so stupid? Why are they? But for the defenders, they're like, my gosh, this 17, 18-year-old guy is doing something that we've never seen before. So that in itself is an incredible thing, because you had a player who was so far ahead of his time. So yeah, but we have to have. They say there's pillars goals, but we have to have more of a thingy, man. No, see, the thing about R9 is, if R9 never got that injury, I don't think there would have been any debate as to him being the greatest of all time. Because I just think that, if he just maintained that his consistency and everything, he would have just been, he would have just done more incredible, crazy things, you know. But just as I said, like, the best player I've ever seen is Ronaldo. Like, it's like almost the perfect attacking weapon, because he had everything. He had everything. You know, the dude literally had everything. So Ronaldo was he was different, bro. Ronaldo was different, man. Um, I don't know. Why do people keep calling me Ben? That's what I want to know. Why are people keep calling me Ben? Um. Oh, no, trust me. I am not ignoring these super chats. It's just that I didn't know that they were here. All right. I think I need to. All right. I'll find the door. I'll find it. I'll find your super chat, bro. Bear with me, man. View activity. All right. Oh wow, I've missed so many super chats. What the heck? Um. So Armchair Critic. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Armchair Critic. How was the greatest CL player ever overrated? Because people calling Cristiano one of the greatest players of all time, that in itself is him being overrated. You know, he's definitely one of the best players of his generation, one of the best strikers of all time. But calling him a GOAT, or in the GOAT conversation, I think is an example of him being overrated. From Martin Rosario, where do you rank dot dot dot? He's a Brick alumni. to bring in such lovely stuff, man. Um, all right, let's see. So from Pasha, thank you for super chat, Pasha. Is Iniesta a great or a legend? Iniesta is a legend. He's a legend, 100%. Iniesta is a legend, because he has the World Cup win, and he just did too much for the game. And I think like Iniesta is like one of the best midfielders of his generation. You know, um, it's just that Iniesta just did not have the same kind of impact as an individual as Zidane did. Because I think like Zidane as an individual was like transcendent. Iniesta, as amazing as he was, and Iniesta was insane. Iniesta was still part of an amazing team. He was still part of an amazing system, an amazing ecosystem, and stuff. So, I don't think I can. I don't think I can put Iniesta out there like, oh, wow, Iniesta was able to. Iniesta never won games by himself as an individual. Not just like, oh, wow, he scored the winning goal at a World Cup. He didn't beat him like Zidane did. Like Zidane carried France and Real Madrid on his back. From Natsa, Cannibal Suarez is better than what Zlatan ever was. Cannibal Suarez is put it this way, the Cannibal Suarez is a better footballer in terms of ball control, dribbling, and a footballing intelligence. Even if Ibrahimovic has great footballing intelligence, he also is. Ibrahimovic has never had that season. That basically 2 seasons that's the Cannibal had, Ibrahimovic has never had. The final season he had with Liverpool in I think also the 13-14 season, and his 40-goal season with Barcelona, which I think was the MSN season, the 14-15 season where he scored like 40 goals. Like Ibrahimovic has never had seasons to that degree or quality. Like I said, I mean, that is, you could argue that is probably the greatest single season ever by a player, and that they didn't win the league by Cannibal Suarez. So, armchair critic man, it says that Zizou carried Real to win La Liga in 6 years. Goats. So you see, okay, now armchair critic, do we want to play this game? So yes, you could say, oh my God, Zizou only won La Liga with Real Madrid in 6 years. And then I'll come with that. Cristiano in 3-4 attempts has never been to the World Cup final and has never scored a single goal in a World Cup knockout game. So you see, like, I always come back with that. But so that whole thing is that I'm looking at the individual and what the player does and how their player affect the team, how their player inspires the team, how he gets them to grow. And I just think that Zizou, guys, just watch what he did against flipping Brazil, man. Just have you seen the Zidane film where he plays for Real Madrid and they're literally following him, bro? Did you see that goal that he scored in the Champions League? Left foot stand. That is one of the greatest goals of all time, and he scored that in a Champions League final. He scored that in a Champions League final. So, guys, I even feel embarrassed to say it's like I shouldn't even have to say put respect on Zidane's name. I shouldn't have to say that. Like, guys, you're talking about a horseman. Like, you're talking about a flipping horseman. You have to show. Armchair critic, bro. You have to show way more respect. You got to show way more respect for elders, bro. If that is Uncle Zizou to you, man. Okay, it's his Uncle Zizou to you. You say, I'd say Iniesta was a better playmaker than Zizou. That's about it. My thing is this. Put Iniesta in Juventus or a Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich. Is he as good? He's still very good. He's amazing. Is he as good? The system that Real Madrid played was very different from the system that France played. And Zidane bowled for Real Madrid and bowled for France as well. I think for Iniesta, like I say, look, Iniesta is an amazing player. Sorry, Iniesta is an amazing player, but he was reliant upon a system where I know I'm going to receive the ball. I know I'm going to get a 1-2. I know I'm going to walk this channel and just gain these connections because we are trained and we're drilled so well. Zidane, for in Madrid and for France, it was give the ball to Zidane. That was it. There wasn't a predefined system. We'll just give the ball to Zidane. Okay. Okay, put it this way. Okay, you know what? This is what ends it. You all agree that Del Bosque is a great coach? Yes. You all agree that Pep Guardiola is a great coach? Yes. You all agree that Luis Enrique, he's pretty good. Raymond Domenech. Yeah, you hear me say? Raymond Domenech. Enough said. That's it. Not 100%. Raymond Domenech. That was who Zidane played under in the 06 World Cup where he took them to the final. And if not for Buffon's amazing save, France would have won that final. And I still believe if Zidane stayed on the pitch, I think France win that final. But he headbutted Materazzi inside his flipping hearts, man. From Ash R. Have you thought of using your knowledge of football to bet on games? Just curious. No. Asha, thank you for the super chat. After I bet £5 on R9 to be top scorer at the 06 World Cup, and he turned up overweight, and he only got three goals or something. Then I made a promise to myself, which I still kept. I made a promise to myself to never ever place any bets. And thinking about this is that look, guys, let's just keep it real. The only reason why you should bet is if you can fix it. Who the hell bets when you can't rig the score? The whole point of betting is to win. And the only way you can guarantee winning is you have to rig the event. That's standard. Who the hell bets like, oh, I hope I'm right? What do you mean by you hope you're right? Make sure you're right and rig it. So that's my thing. If I can rig it, then I'm then I'll ride, man. What the heck? Like playing fair, man. So you just bet and you hope you win. Who the heck does that? That's a waste of money. I'm sure to thank you for the super chat, Mr. Amsher Critic. Do you seriously think Zidane is better than Leo? Zidane is greater than Leo. Leo is better than Zidane. If you understand what I mean. So, in terms of tangible, i.e., what they can do ability-wise, Messi is better because Messi has passing, the creativity, the ability, the dribble. There's so much to Messi's game. But greatness is the intangible. It's the characters, the personality. It's the big gameness. It's the clutchness. It's the cojones and everything. And for that is the damn. So basically, if I'm in a final and I've got to choose Zidane or Messi to play a final, I'm playing Zidane 100%. If it's a final, a winner takes all, do or die, I'm taking Zidane because I have more faith that Zidane will come clutch for me and do something great for me than Messi. I have little faith that Messi will come great for me in a final and in a massive game, and that's a different thing. And not everyone has that, Which is this is why people call Maradona one of the greats, because Maradona was a guy where he had all the ability in the world, was supremely talented, but he was the epitome of where is the promised land? I will take you there. Where is the promised land? And I shall take you there. So Iniesta is the only player in history to be man of the match in a World Cup final, the Euro final, and World Cup UCL final. And who votes for this stuff? Is it me? If it's me, cool. But who votes on this stuff? Aren't this the same clowns that said Messi was the best player at the 2014 World Cup? Aren't this the same people? Guys, I don't listen to bums who say man of the match this, man of the match that. No, I listen to me. Okay, I listen to me. I listen to myself, but I don't listen to any other morons, man. Um, I think there's a new dude, Paul Barassa. I think there's a new super chat. Paul Barassa, hello, what up, baby? What up, baby? Thank you for the super chat, Paul Barassa. 2012 Cristiano was the most complete footballer ever. Cristiano injured his knee in 2014 and then became a just pure goal scorer, unlike R9, who fell off a cliff. Well, let me educate you there, Mr. Paul Barassa. 2012 Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have the passing or the creativity or the ball control that someone like a Messi had, or an Iniesta, or so forth. And R9 had a far more serious knee injury than Cristiano. Ronaldo's knee literally exploded. It's a disgusting injury. It's just a horrible injury. So, and you shouldn't be able to recover from that. That's why I say the reason why Ronaldo is one of the greatest of all time is what he did in O2 after what was a career-ending injury. So there's nothing about a fell off a cliff. He got one of the worst injuries you could ever get to your knee. His knee exploded. So, and I said for Cristiano, you could say, okay, maybe his knee or whatsoever. Like, okay, if he changes his game, great. But you change your game to a goal scorer, so I'll view as a goal scorer. I can't critique Cristiano based on what he did years ago. Like back when he was playing for United and so forth, I was like, no, definitely one of the best players in the world. And he was an amazing player back then. And he did some superb skills. And I was used to be looking forward to those games because I was like, okay, what skill is he going to do now? Like all his step overs, moving around with the ball, his dance around the ball. Like, what? But this guy's really bringing the streets to the pitch. So, and he was definitely a lot more fun to watch at United than he was at Real Madrid. But calling him the most complete footballer, no, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so, bro. No, Rivaldo was money, bro. Rivaldo was money. Rivaldo's freaking money, man. Yeah, I mean, basically, you know what? With this whole Cristiano thing, I think the issue here is it's a taste thing. It's merely a taste thing. I think there are people, and I can appreciate this, who appreciates Cristiano's his physicality, his hard work, his ability to jump high, his amazing heading ability, and so forth, and just his finishing, and they appreciate that. But for me, like, I like the game to be played with beauty and grace, and there is a beauty and grace that Neymar has. There's a beauty and grace that Messi has. There's a beauty and grace that R9 had. There's a beauty and grace that Zidane had. Where when you like and it's almost as if I transport myself when like I'm on the pitch playing football, where you look at a guy and you're like, how the hell did you do that? And you're watching a guy during a game saying, like, this guy is just constantly doing crazy things. Like, which is why people revered Maradona so much, because you were like, this guy is just doing things on the pitch that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And he will just do things in the pitch that just do not make any sense. And for me, that is the true epitome of a special player. He's a special player who, when you watch me, like, I am witnessing somebody that is set apart from everyone else. So I just think at the end of the day, it's a tasting, and I think both can be appreciated. because like Messi and Cristiano, it is the perfect tale of hard work versus natural ability. You know, like Messi gets criticized that for you don't really care enough, you can't dig in deep because he has so much natural ability, and I think Messi's issue is that he because he knows he has so much natural ability, he just assumes that with that is enough for me to win games, and that has always been his issue with Argentina because he was always felt that wait a minute, I've got all this ability, I've done all these amazing things, like I just know all I need to do is just turn up, do these things that normally work for me in Barcelona, and it will come through, but that's not how football works. Like you have to bring in in the intangible side, which is why I love international football so much. So, from Erhan, this down. This is a great question. How good could Balotelli have been? Balotelli is a really, really depressing case. So really, I mean, I'll be real with you. Balotelli is a really, really depressing case because this dude, I believe if Balotelli worked hard, reached his potential, best striker, I think that he would have entered the conversation as top 5 strikers of all time. Because to this day, I don't think I've seen a more purer, cleaner, accurate striker of the ball than Balotelli. Again, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know any striker who could, from a standing position, take one step, strike the ball from outside the box, and make it go into the top corner. I don't know how many strikers can do that. Where this guy can just take one step, pick out a position, and that ball hits the top corner. I don't know. And when I just look at him, I'm like, bro, you could have done so much. You could have done so much. Oh yeah, Joe. He's in Brescia now, which is his hometown place, Brescia. So wait, so people, you're actually denying that if Balotelli reached his potential, he could be rated as one of the best strikers of all time. Like that's the thing, he didn't even come close to his potential. I was say he didn't even come close to his potential. That's my Kate thing. Striker. So that's why guys like Way and Batistuta, like I do not know better strikers of the ball in terms of accuracy than Balotelli. Like I could say, it's just that we didn't see enough of it because he did not work hard enough. But there are some goals that this guy has scored that where I'm like, how? I've never seen a guy do that. Like I told you, it's one step outside of the box, full on power, top corner. That's crazy. That's just crazy, crazy ability. That's crazy ability, bro. Armchair critics said Zidane's lost 2 Champions League finals. The GOAT indeed. 2 Champions League finals. Which 2 did he lose? What? Wait, did he lose one with Juventus or was wait? Sorry, which CL finals did Zidane lose as a player? Wait a minute. Have Real Madrid ever lost a CL final? Like in the Champions League era, I don't think Real Madrid have ever lost a Champions League final. So all I know. Oh, 97, 98. So wait, was that Dortmund? Was that the Dortmund one? Yeah, you've Dortmund. I think is that the one where Matthias Sammer scored the winning goal? Yeah, I know he played that. That's when he used to have hair. That's when he looked like a monk. And I think that was the days of Del Piero. And okay, so I think I think he was in the same team as Viale. I think he was in the same team as Viale, or maybe he came just after, because I know that Vialli retired in '96, and then he then came to Chelsea. So he retired when they won the Champions in '95, '96. I mean, my gosh, man, it's been since '96 since Juventus have won that whole thing, man. Yeah, I mean, like, look, Juventus have lost a lot of CL finals, man. They've lost a lot of CL finals, bro. Oh man. Oh yeah, I need to now finish that brick series. What's it called? What's the name? What's the name of that brick series? Um, fuck. Sorry. Um, Picard. Star Trek with Picard. And also, guys, I bought myself a surround system. Hey. But I just need to just try and plug it in and see how it works, man. But a surround system, which they say is Dolby THX surround sound. So hopefully, is that real? All right, let's see what you guys say, man. Nippon Shama, thank you for the super chat, Nippon Shama. Sticking to Italy, is Luca Toni underrated? No, but Mario Gomez is. I always talk about Mario Gomez, and guys, hear me. Mario Gomez was underrated. And I always say, like, for me, Mario Gomez is the perfect target man striker to have. Perfect striker to have. And you don't have a Mario Gomez these days. I mean, look, Toni was all right. I mean, he was good. But basically, for me, Luca Toni and Mario Gomez were very similar. But I felt that Mario Gomez was more useful in helping the team than Luca Toni was. Because Mario Gomez used his size well, and I think Mario Gomez was good at playing with his back to goal and shifting and just using his strength and his size to really use the defender and pull through. But Luca Toni was good. I just think that he was a bit too rigid. Whereas I think that Mario Gomez, there was more fluidity. Not fluidity, but I think there was more movement and more mobility for Mario Gomez than there was for Luca Toni. That's just in my view. From Ashar, CR7 fanboys just supporting their confident, cool superstar hero who scores lots of goals. They shouldn't be taken seriously because they don't keep it real. Look, man, I'm not here to have beef with Cristiano fanboys or fangirls and all that kind of stuff, man. But all I'm saying is this: is that do you support his footballing quality, or do you just support the idea of the guy? And I'm talking to you, Martin Rosario. What do you really support of the dude? That's the thing. What do you really support of the dude? Come on, let me just put in a banner, man. My YouTube channel. This is hard work. My YouTube channel. There we go. Have hopes. So yeah, that's my thing about it, is that yeah, it depends. It's like, what do you support from him for, man? Those super chats here from Eben Miranda. Which player would you take with you in a final, Messi or Ronaldo? Cristiano, for sure. For sure, Cristiano. Because he's got a stronger mentality than Messi. Because see, that's what I always said. If you combined Messi's natural ability with Cristiano's mentality, you have a deadly player, and you probably have the greatest player of all time. Like Cristiano's mentality and his character and his willingness to win plus Messi's natural ability, you just probably have the greatest player of all time, which is why people say Maradona is greatest, because Maradona had the passion and the character of a Cristiano, and he had the natural ability of a Messi, which is what made Maradona so flipping dangerous. So, but yeah, I would say Cristiano, because when you're in a final, it's a final isn't about talent. In fact, Robin didn't score that winning goal based on his talent. Robin scored that winning goal based on his willingness and character to turn things around based on what happened to him last season. That's what happened. You know, Mario Götze scored that goal because of his belief that, no, I am coming here to win this for my country. Like Ronaldo in 2002, that was all character. He didn't have the legs. He didn't have the ability. He was gone. It was all flipping. Look, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Super chat here from Brian K002. El Dio is the mix between. See, I was about to almost remove my shades. No, I'm sorry. I have to agree. Like, I think El Dio definitely has a strong character. He doesn't have the ability that Messi has, man. He does, so like he doesn't. And like I'm a huge El Dio fan. He doesn't have the ability that Messi has. But I think he has the character of Cristiano. I think Cristiano's character is a bit more. I think Cristiano's willingness to win is a lot. It's probably one of the highest in the world. Is his willingness to win. Which is why I say that people have to put respect on this Real Madrid team. You have to put respect on that Real Madrid team, and you simply have to. You simply have to put respect on that team. Best dribbler of all time. Garrincha was pretty damn good. But if I just say best dribbler that I've seen, I mean, it's a hard one. But you know, I would argue Ronaldo. I would argue Ronaldo because R9 again. This is R9 pre-injury R9 did some stuff that was insane because the high technicality of the stuff that he was doing was insane. Someone said Tim's. Someone really just said Tim's. I mean, are you kidding me? Tim's? I mean, for me, Messi's up there. Messi's up there. But see, there are different concepts of dribbling. You see, Messi and Hazard, their dribbling is based purely on I'm just there to beat the man. What is the most effective way of getting past the man? But for a Ronaldo, Neymar, and a Ronaldinho is how can I embarrass this dude? And what are the different kinds of so basically there is more creativity to Ronaldo, Neymar, and Ronaldinho's dribbling. But Hazard and Messi, they're like about, okay, look, screw all that step overs and everything. I need to get from point A to point B. How do I get from point A to point B? So what Messi and Hazard do is that they wait. They wait for the defender to make the tackle, then they make the move. But for a Ronaldo, a Ronaldinho, they're already coming for you right now. And how they dribble you is the fooling thing, is to basically fool you. And when I was watching Maradona's documentaries, this is what he said that was so amazing. I was like, man, this because Maradona said the very concept, the very core of football is to make someone believe something, but you do the opposite. I was like, my gosh, that is brilliant. And that is the heart. That's one of the core pillars of football. Especially when you have the ball is, I'm going to make this guy believe I'm going to go this way, I'm going to go that way. How can I sell? And it's hard. But how can I really, truly sell to this defender I'm going right? You know, so it's about my body shape, my leg shape, my leg pusher because I have to sell to the defender that I'm gonna go right, but really I'm gonna go left. But I have to make him believe that I'm gonna go right. So it's a mixture of psychological warfare and durability as well. So um but the best dribble of all time is what Beckham did to that dude if in against Newcastle. That piece of skill is insane. Like that is a absolutely filthy, disgusting piece of skill. Absolutely disgusting piece of skill. And greatest CDM of all time. Oh no, that's a tough one. Even if he was a prick as a manager, huge prick as a manager, if you can look at some, and I'm sure YouTube has it, or you can go to a website, try and look at footage of Dunga. So just try and look at some footage of Dunga. Dunga was insane. Dunga was absolutely flipping insane. You know, Dunga was absolutely flipping insane. So I think Dunga has to be up there. Dunga has to be up there, bro. Um, I mean, let's see what Casemiro keeps doing. But again, it's a tough one because again, I mean, does Mikelele count as a CDM or much more as a DM? What are your thoughts on JJ? JJ Okocha, man. Look, again, Okocha is. I don't care whether people call me Bast or not. Okocha is one of the most naturally gifted football players of all time. In terms of just natural ability, Okocha is top 5 of just raw natural ability. But the thing about Okocha is, and this is what I was saying before, is your natural ability will not always come and save you in a match situation, especially a high tier match situation. You know, I think Okocha maybe lends onto that a bit too much instead of trying to be a bit more responsible. You know, I look at how skillful Ronaldinho was and all the things that he could do, but he knew that when you're in a match situation, you got to be much more responsible. You know, but it's not just raw natural ability, man. Okocha was different, bro. He was different. BD Core, man. So Partey. Oh, for me, Thomas Partey. You see how I used to feel like Brandt was the most underrated. I don't think that now. I think he's maybe rated as where he is right now. Thomas Partey might be the most underrated player in the world right now. I think Thomas Partey may be the most underrated player in the world. I can't remember the last time I saw him give it a bad game. And he does great defensive work, decent passer, and also very confident going forward. So he's got a great all-round game. So I mean, no, he's definitely money, man. Dude is definitely money. Hijab. It is not a hijab. It's like a snood. Really useful, especially when you're freezing your balls off in England, man. So I can put it in like this. So look at that. I look like a ninja. So basically, it's like my ninja thingy, the in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Yes. What's it called? Super malt is healthy. Well, unless the can is lying. So yeah, it's there are like vitamins in it. It gives it like so. I think that there's some vitamin minerals in it because you've got like wheat, barley, and everything. But yeah, it is healthy for you. But you can't try not to drink too much of it because if you drink too much of it, you can get pretty bloated. Get pretty bloated, man. I told you I'm going to do a Badger vid. I'm going to do a Badger vid, bro. Don't worry. I'll be doing. I'm doing a Badger vid. Oh my god, I'm so tired, man. All right, guys. We'll probably have to round this off soon. But let me answer a few more questions. And then we have to really round this off soon. Greatest penalty of all time? Oh, that's easy. Panenka. Easily. That's just that's just genius. Because that is to have such such foresight and such balls to do that, I think is impressive. And I think once he did that, guys are like, oh my god, this totally changes the game. And it's one of those things, as long as you have the skill, it is, if you're in a penalty shootout and you're feeling a bit nervous, try it. Like I always say, if you're feeling nervous in a penalty shootout because you're not too sure that you're going to put it inside the corner, go straight down the middle. Just go straight down the middle. You know? But yeah, like the Panenka, that is for me, let's say the greatest, that is the greatest penalty of all time. But for me, I think the best penalty taker I've seen, Mendieta was pretty damn good, man. Like for me, I think the best penalty takers I've seen, Balotelli and Mendieta. Balotelli and Mendieta, and very different, but both went for placement. No, Chris. No, for me, I think Cristiano, obviously, he's pretty consistent with his. It's just that I would have more faith in a Mendieta or a Balotelli taking a penalty for me than I think any other dude, man. Matt Letizia. Damn. All right, guys. So look, man, let me head out, man. So tomorrow, I shall be doing fuck. I just went crazy. So yeah, so tomorrow I shall be doing, so Saturday open hangar happens tomorrow. So Saturday the open hangar happens tomorrow at 10 p.m. Anyone is invited. Remember, I will post it on Twitter and on my Facebook page about 5 minutes till it pops off. So about 5 minutes till it pops off, I will post it on my Twitter page and on my Facebook page. So that's the way you can view it. And yeah, come along, John. So anyone is invited. But remember, there are only 10 spots available. So you have to really click the link as quickly as possible. Then on Sunday, we'll have the members. And yeah, so it should be fun. It should be fun. We can talk about so much beautiful stuff. Remember to like the vid. And also remember as well to head over to Half Episodes. I have posted a video about school. So head over to the Half Episodes. Just Google it or just search it on YouTube. Half Episodes. Subscribe and watch the vids, man. I'll try and be posting more stuff soon there. Peace out, and I'm out.